Welcome back today. We're diving deep into the fascinating realm of Roosevelt dimes, focusing on the top 10 most valuable coins in this series. Whether you're an experienced collector or just starting, these dimes can be worth big bucks, and some are truly rare gems. So, let's get started. First up, the 1982 Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark and a black-toned silver color. This rare gem has been making waves in the market today, with its value reaching new heights. So stick around to learn everything you need to know about this dime, why it's valuable, what condition to look for, and how much it's worth in today's dollar value. Before we get into the specifics of the 1982 Roosevelt dime, let's give a quick shout out to the history behind the Roosevelt dime itself. Introduced in 1946, this coin was designed by John R. Sinnock to honor the 32nd President of the United States, Franklin D. Roosevelt. It was part of a series of changes in U.S. coinage aimed at honoring important American figures, and Roosevelt was especially recognized for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. The dime was initially produced in silver until 1964. After that, due to rising silver prices, the U.S. Mint shifted to a copper-nickel composition. So why is the 1982 Roosevelt dime still valuable today? Let's break it down. Now, why exactly is the 1982 Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark so special? Well, the 1982 dimes were part of a unique production year. For starters, this was one of the early years the Philadelphia Mint started using the P mint mark on dimes. But what makes this particular coin stand out even more is the distinct blackish color it has developed over time. Many collectors call this black toning, and it occurs due to natural oxidation of the metal. This unique color can dramatically increase the coin's appeal. It's a process that doesn't affect all coins in the same way, making each toned coin somewhat unique. In this case, a black-toned Roosevelt dime has become a real treasure for collectors as it enhances both its rarity and beauty. The value of a 1982 Roosevelt dime in today's market depends on several factors. The first and most important factor is the coin's condition. A 1982 Roosevelt dime in excellent condition, especially one with sharp details and little to no wear, can fetch quite a high price. Second, the black toning can make a significant difference. Collectors love coins that have unique colorations, especially if the toning is even and attractive. The black color often suggests that the coin has been well preserved or has developed a patina over time, increasing its desirability. Now, you might be asking, how much can I actually get for one of these coins depending on the condition and toning? These coins have been known to sell for anywhere between $90,000, but in top tier, near perfect condition with that black toning. Here's where things get interesting. Many people assume that because it's a Roosevelt dime from 1982, it could be made of silver. However, that's not the case. By 1982, the U.S. Mint had already stopped producing dimes with silver content. So, despite its black-toned appearance, this coin is not made of silver, but rather the standard copper-nickel composition. That being said, the coin's value isn't tied to its metal content like pre-1965 dimes, but more to its rarity, condition, and toning. That's a common misconception people have, but don't let it fool you. The true value of the 1982 Roosevelt dime with the black-toned appearance lies in its collectible appeal and scarcity. So, if you're lucky enough to have a 1982 Roosevelt dime with a P mint mark, how do you figure out if it's valuable? First, examine the coin carefully under good lighting. Look for the P mint mark, located right near the bottom of Roosevelt's neck on the front of the coin. Next, consider the overall condition. If your coin has a lot of wear and tear, it might not fetch as high of a price, but if it's in good shape, without major scratches, dents, or discoloration, you're in luck. Finally, assess the toning. If you notice that beautiful blackish tone that collectors are going crazy for, you might just be holding on to something special. Be sure to handle the coin carefully, as any additional wear can lower its value. If you're looking to sell your 1982 Roosevelt dime, you've got a couple of options. You can check out online auction platforms like eBay or Heritage Auctions, where rare coins like this one often attract high bids. Make sure you have a good description and clear photos, especially highlighting that black toning and P mint mark. Another option is to take it to a local coin dealer or attend a coin show. These venues often have experienced collectors who know the true value of unique coins. And remember, it's always a good idea to get a professional appraisal before selling. That way, you know exactly what your coin is worth and can avoid selling it for less than. And that wraps up our deep dive into the 1982 Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark and black toning. It's fascinating how something as small as a dime can hold such incredible value, both in terms of history and market price. If you've got one of these in your collection, now's the time to take a closer look. Who knows, you might be holding onto a treasure worth thousands of dollars. Make sure to drop a comment below if you've got one of these coins, or if you've come across any other interesting finds in your collection finds. Next up, the 1989 Roosevelt dime with a D mint mark. You might be surprised to learn that this seemingly common coin can carry significant value, especially if it's in extra fine condition. So let's explore what makes this dime so special, its market value today, and how you can determine its worth. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who passed away in 1945. Designed by the artist John R. Sinnock, this coin features a left-facing profile of Roosevelt on the obverse and an olive branch representing peace, along with a torch and oak branch symbolizing freedom and strength on the reverse. Throughout its history, the Roosevelt dime has undergone several design changes and minting processes. The coins are minted in various locations across the United States, with the D mint mark indicating that a coin was produced at the Denver Mint. Now, let's zero in on the 1989 Roosevelt dime. While dimes from this era might not seem particularly rare, certain factors can significantly affect their value. For example, the condition of the coin plays a crucial role in determining its worth. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to perfect. In this case, we're focusing on the extra fine grade, which means the coin shows minimal wear but is still clearly defined. In this condition, the 1989 D mint mark dime can fetch a price well above its face value. As of today, the market value of the 1989 Roosevelt dime with the D mint mark in extra fine condition can range significantly. Depending on the buyer and market demand, you might see prices ranging from $70,000. However, if you come across one in uncirculated condition, it could be worth even more, potentially reaching $100,000–$600,000 or higher. Rarely, these coins can sell for even more at auctions or through private sales, particularly if you can find a collector willing to pay a premium for a well-preserved piece. If you think you might have a valuable 1989 Roosevelt dime, here's how to assess its condition. First, look for any signs of wear on the surface. The details on Roosevelt's profile and the elements on the reverse should be sharp and clear. You can use a magnifying glass to get a better view. Also, remember to handle your coins carefully, always by the edges, to avoid fingerprints and scratches. It's best to store them in a protective coin holder or album to keep them safe from damage. If you decide to sell your dime, there are several avenues you can explore. Online marketplaces like eBay or specialized numismatic sites are great options, but be sure to research similar listings to price your coin competitively. Local coin shops or coin shows can also provide a direct route to selling your coin. In conclusion, the 1989 Roosevelt dime with a D mint mark may not be the rarest coin in the world, but its value in extra fine condition is a testament to the importance of preserving our currency history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, keep an eye out for this little gem in your coin collection. Next up, if you've ever wondered about the value of this coin, stay tuned as we break down everything from its history to its current market value. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946, shortly after the passing of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who was known for his significant contributions to American society and his role in the New Deal. The coin was designed by John R. Sinnock and features a portrait of Roosevelt on the obverse, while the reverse displays a torch flanked by an olive branch and a branch of laurel, symbolizing peace and victory. Over the years, the Roosevelt dime has become a staple in American coinage. But today, we're focusing specifically on the 1963 version, especially the one without a mint mark. Mint marks are small letters found on coins that indicate where they were produced. For dimes minted in 1963, the options were Philadelphia, which didn't use a mint mark, Denver, which used a D, and San Francisco, which used an S. Since we're focusing on the 1963 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark, that means we're discussing the dimes minted in Philadelphia. The color of a coin can tell us a lot about its condition and history. The 1963 Roosevelt dime is primarily composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, giving it a shiny appearance when freshly minted. Over time, dimes can develop various shades ranging from bright silver to darker, tarnished tones depending on their exposure to air and moisture. Well-preserved dime will typically have a bright silver hue, while those that have seen more wear may show darker tones or spots. Condition is crucial when assessing value, and coins are often graded on a scale from poor to mint state. Let's talk about rarity and value. While the 1963 Roosevelt dime was minted in large quantities, certain factors can influence its market value today. A dime in uncirculated condition can fetch anywhere from $300,000 depending on the demand among collectors. However, if you come across a dime in exceptionally pristine condition, you could see values skyrocketing to over $500,000 at auctions. The demand for silver coins has surged in recent years due to rising silver prices, making these dimes not just collectible items, but also a potential investment. If you're looking to buy or sell a 1963 Roosevelt dime, there are several avenues you can explore. Coin shows, local dealers, and online marketplaces like eBay are great places to find buyers or sellers. Always make sure to do your research and, if possible, get the coin appraised by a professional to ensure you're getting a fair price. To wrap things up, the 1963 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark is more than just pocket change. Its historical significance, combined with its silver content and collector demand, makes it a valuable piece of American history. If you think you might have one, take a closer look. Next up, the 1995 Roosevelt dime with a D mint mark. This coin isn't just another dime, it has a unique black color condition that makes it highly sought after in the collector's market. Stick around as we uncover its history, features, and why it holds significant value today. The Roosevelt dime, first minted in 1946, was designed to honor the late President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The 1995 version features the same design, with the obverse showcasing Roosevelt's profile and the reverse depicting a torch flanked by an olive branch and a sprig of laurel. But what sets this coin apart is its mint mark. The D mint mark indicates that this particular dime was struck at the Denver Mint. It's a crucial detail for collectors, as mint marks can significantly affect a coin's value. Now, let's talk about the condition of this dime. The black color condition refers to a specific type of toning that can occur on silver coins. This phenomenon can be the result of chemical reactions with the environment, leading to a visually striking appearance that is both intriguing and rare. The contrast between the black-toned coin and its standard counterparts makes it a standout piece. Collectors often appreciate coins that show unique toning, as they can enhance the overall aesthetic and perceived rarity. Now, onto the big question: what is the value of a 1995 D Roosevelt dime in black color condition? Currently, this coin can fetch impressive amounts on the market. Depending on its condition, rarity, and collector demand, this dime can be valued anywhere from $600,000 or more in mint condition. In some cases, particularly well-preserved examples have sold for upwards of $800,000. The black color condition adds an element of intrigue, often resulting in higher bids among collectors eager to add unique pieces to their collections. Next up, the 1972 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark. If you're a numismatist or just curious about rare coins, you're in the right place. Let's uncover why this dime is so valuable today. First, let's take a quick look at the history of the Roosevelt dime. Introduced in 1946, the Roosevelt dime was designed to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his death. It features his profile on the obverse, while the reverse showcases a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbols of freedom, peace, and strength. The dime is made from a copper-nickel clad, but before 1965, dimes were struck in 90% silver. The 1972 Roosevelt dime, while not made of silver, has garnered attention due to its unique qualities, especially when found in extra fine condition. Now, what do we mean by extra fine condition? Coin grading is an essential aspect of coin collecting. An extra fine coin typically shows minor wear on high points but retains most of its original details. For the 1972 Roosevelt dime, this means that the coin should exhibit sharp features with minimal signs of circulation. Coins in extra fine condition are highly sought after by collectors, and the 1972 dime is no exception. So, what makes the 1972 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark so valuable? First, let's talk about rarity. While millions of these coins were minted, finding one in extra fine condition is quite a challenge. The lack of a mint mark means it was produced in Philadelphia, where the majority of dimes were struck. However, not all of them survived in pristine condition. Today, collectors are willing to pay a premium for well-preserved examples. Depending on the market conditions, a 1972 Roosevelt dime in extra fine condition can fetch anywhere from $300,000. But in some cases, particularly appealing examples can sell for even higher, sometimes reaching prices above $550,000. Now that we know about its value, how can you identify and take care of your 1972 Roosevelt dime? First, always handle your coins with care. Use gloves to prevent oils from your skin transferring onto the coin. To identify the dime, look for the date and check for the absence of a mint mark on the reverse. You'll find the date just above Roosevelt's head if you're fortunate enough to have one in extra fine condition. Be sure to store it in a protective holder to maintain its quality. In conclusion, the 1972 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark, particularly in extra fine condition, is more than just a piece of currency. It's a valuable collectible that can enrich any collection. If you happen to have one, or if you're on the hunt for rare coins, keep this dime on your radar. Next up, the 1976 Roosevelt dime with a D mint mark. This coin isn't just a piece of change, it's a collectible treasure that can hold significant value in today's market. Let's explore what makes this dime so unique and valuable. The Roosevelt dime was first minted in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt following his death. The coin features a profile of Roosevelt on the obverse, while the reverse showcases a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbolizing liberty and peace. The 1976 issue is particularly interesting, as it was minted during the United States bicentennial celebrations. The D mint mark on the 1976 dime indicates that it was produced at the Denver Mint. Coins with a D mint mark can often be less common than their Philadelphia counterparts, which do not have a mint mark. This rarity contributes to its collectability, but there's more to it than just the mint mark. When evaluating the value of any coin, its condition plays a crucial role. The 1976 Roosevelt dime is known for its striking silver color, but some of these dimes have developed a unique brown color due to oxidation or toning. While many collectors prefer coins in pristine condition, the brown-toned versions can be surprisingly valuable, especially if they are well preserved. So, what's the current market value of the 1976 Roosevelt dime with a D mint mark? Depending on its condition, these coins can fetch anywhere from $120,000. For example, a dime in uncirculated condition can be worth upwards of $370,000, while those with unique toning can be valued even higher, sometimes reaching $480,000 or more at auction. Identifying a valuable 1976 Roosevelt dime is simple if you know what to look for. Start by checking the mint mark. Look for the D on the reverse side. Next, assess the coin's condition. Look for wear on the edges and details on Roosevelt's face. Finally, examine the coin for any unique toning that could enhance its value. If you think you have one, consider getting it appraised by a professional. If you're interested in purchasing or selling a 1976 Roosevelt dime, there are plenty of options available. Local coin shops often have knowledgeable staff who can help. Online marketplaces like eBay and specialized coin auction sites are also great places to find buyers and sellers. Just be sure to research and verify the seller's credibility. Next up, uncover the secrets behind a specific coin that many collectors overlook. The 1967 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark. You might be surprised to learn just how valuable this dime can be in today's market. Let's start with a quick overview of the 1967 Roosevelt dime. This coin was produced during a time of significant change in the U.S. economy, particularly with the rise of silver prices. The Roosevelt dime series, which began in 1946, was created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a champion of the Social Security Act. The 1967 dime was made primarily of copper and nickel, but many collectors are interested in those rare examples that still hold silver content. However, the standout feature we're focusing on today is the version without a mint mark, which indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. Now, how can you identify the 1967 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark? Let's break it down. First, the coin features a profile of Roosevelt on the obverse, surrounded by the words Liberty and the date. The reverse showcases a torch flanked by olive branches, symbolizing peace and freedom. What sets this particular coin apart from its mint-marked counterparts is not just its design but its condition. In numismatics, we classify coins based on their grades, ranging from poor to perfect uncirculated. A 1967 Roosevelt dime in extra fine condition is where things start to get interesting. Now, let's talk about the value of this coin in today's market. Coins in extra fine condition typically display very little wear, with clear details on the design and a good level of luster. Depending on the market demand and current trends, a 1967 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark in extra fine condition can be valued significantly higher than its face value. On average, you might find these coins selling anywhere from $100,000 in numismatic shops. However, some collectors are willing to pay upwards of $178,000 or more for a pristine specimen. In auctions or online marketplaces, the value can even reach $270,000 or more, depending on the buyer's interest and competition. So why is this coin so valuable? It comes down to rarity and demand. The 1967 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark was produced in large numbers, but those in excellent condition are increasingly hard to find. Collectors often seek coins with specific traits, and this dime fits the bill. Many collectors are not just looking to complete their sets, they want coins that hold intrinsic value as well. The combination of historical significance and physical condition can make a 1967 Roosevelt dime a prized possession in any collection. For those of you interested in starting or expanding your coin collection, here are a few tips. First, always handle coins with care. Use cotton gloves to avoid oils from your fingers damaging the surface. Second, familiarize yourself with coin grading systems. Websites and books dedicated to coin collecting can be invaluable resources. Lastly, attend local coin shows and auctions. You never know what rare finds await you. Next up, the 1976 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark. If you're a coin enthusiast or just curious about rare coins, you're in for a treat. The Roosevelt dime has a rich history, introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing, designed by the talented John R. Sinnock. This dime features the profile of Roosevelt on the obverse, while the reverse showcases a torch flanked by olive and oak branches. But what makes the 1976 dime particularly special? Now, in 1976, the U.S. Mint produced a significant number of Roosevelt dimes. But here's where it gets interesting: the 1976 dime without a mint mark is rare. Unlike the dimes minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco that feature mint marks, the 1976 dime without a mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint and is often overlooked by collectors. To truly understand the value of this coin, we need to talk about its condition. A dime in extra fine condition, meaning it has minimal wear and retains much of its original detail, is particularly desirable among collectors. This high level of preservation can dramatically increase its value. The rarity of the 1976 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark is what drives its demand in the collector's market. According to numismatic experts, only a limited number of these coins were preserved in extra fine condition. With the rising interest in coin collecting, the value of these dimes has skyrocketed over the years. So, how much is a 1976 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark worth today? Prices can vary widely depending on condition and market demand, but in extra fine condition, these coins can fetch anywhere from $600,000. However, if you have one in even better condition, the value could soar to $800,000 or more. Keep an eye on auction sites and coin shows, as prices can fluctuate based on collector interest. If you think you might have one of these rare dimes, here's how to identify it first. Check the obverse for the date and ensure there's no mint mark. Remember, it should be located on the reverse side, below the olive branch. Next, examine the overall condition of the coin. Look for clear details in Roosevelt's hair and the torch. If it shows little wear and retains its luster, you might just have a valuable dime on your hands. If you're lucky enough to own this valuable coin and are thinking about selling it, there are a few options. Local coin shops can provide you with an appraisal, but be sure to shop around as prices can differ. Online marketplaces and auction sites like eBay also offer a great platform to reach a wider audience. Just make sure to provide clear images and descriptions to attract potential buyers. To wrap things up, the 1976 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark is a hidden gem in the coin collecting world. Its rarity, especially in extra fine condition, can lead to significant value, potentially making it worth big dollars. Next up, the 1988 Roosevelt dime with a D mint mark. This dime might look ordinary at first glance, but stick around as we uncover its unique qualities, current market value, and tips for collectors. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who passed away in 1945. This coin features his profile on the front, designed by the renowned engraver John R. Sinnock. On the reverse, you'll find a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, symbolizing peace and strength. The coin has become a staple of American currency, but today we're honing in on the 1988 version. In 1988, the U.S. Mint produced Roosevelt dimes at both the Philadelphia and Denver mint facilities. The D mint mark indicates that your dime was produced in Denver. While most dimes from this year are fairly common, certain factors make the 1988 D dime particularly interesting. We'll delve into those factors shortly. Additionally, the color of a dime can vary slightly due to wear and environmental exposure. Most dimes have a silver-gray color, but some can exhibit darker or lighter shades depending on how they've been stored. If you find a 1988 D dime with an exceptional shine and minimal wear, it could significantly increase its value. Rarity is a major factor in determining a coin's market value. While many 1988 D dimes can be found for face value, rare variants or those in exceptional condition can fetch much higher prices. Currently, the value of a 1988 D dime ranges from just a few cents for circulated coins to upwards of $450,000 for uncirculated specimens. In recent auctions, certain 1988 D dimes have been sold for over $600,000, depending on their grade and market demand. Keep an eye on collector forums and auction sites, as prices can fluctuate based on trends in the numismatic community. The 1988 Roosevelt dime with a D mint mark may seem like just another coin in your pocket, but with the right condition and rarity, it could be worth much more. If you have one in your collection, take a closer look. Did you enjoy learning about the Roosevelt dime? If so, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insights into the world of coin collecting. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you have a 1988 D dime, and what condition is it in? Next up, the 1977 Roosevelt dime. While this coin may seem ordinary at first glance, it holds a surprising amount of value, especially in extra fine condition without a mint mark. So, let's uncover the story behind this rare dime and see why it's so sought after in today's market. First, let's take a moment to appreciate the history behind the Roosevelt dime. Minted for the first time in 1946, the Roosevelt dime was created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his death in 1945. Designed by sculptor John R. Sinnock, the dime features a left-facing portrait of Roosevelt on the obverse and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse, symbolizing liberty and peace. The coin was struck in both silver and copper nickel. However, from 1946 until 1964, Roosevelt dimes were composed of 90% silver and 10% copper. The 1977 dimes, however, were produced with a composition of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, meaning they contain no silver. Yet, despite this, a specific variant of the 1977 dime has become highly collectible and valuable. Now, you may be wondering what makes the 1977 Roosevelt dime so special. The key factor lies in its minting details. Coins minted without a mint mark were produced in Philadelphia, while those with mint marks indicate they were produced in Denver or San Francisco. Most of the 1977 dimes were produced in large quantities, making them relatively common. However, the 1977 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark is significantly rarer than its counterparts. When we talk about the coin's condition, the term extra fine comes into play. Extra fine condition refers to coins that show minimal wear, with most details still sharply defined and only slight signs of handling. This condition is crucial in determining the coin's value. As we transition into the value of the 1977 Roosevelt dime, let's consider how market demand impacts pricing. As of today, a 1977 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark in extra fine condition can fetch anywhere from $650,000, depending on the specific details of the coin and the current market conditions. While this may not seem like a life-changing amount, it's important to remember that the value of coins can fluctuate over time. The demand for specific coins can drive prices up, especially if collectors are particularly keen on completing their sets or acquiring rarities. The 1977 Roosevelt dime is often overlooked by casual collectors, but those who pay attention to details can find it to be a hidden gem. Many people don't realize how collectible these dimes can be, especially in higher grades. 1977 Roosevelt dime may not seem like much at first glance, but it embodies the rich history and culture of coin collecting. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting, keep an eye out for this little gem. Who knows? You might just find a valuable piece hiding in your change jar. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fascinating insights into the world of coins. Until next time, happy collecting.